According to Texas Parks and Wildlife, 1.5 million deer are killed annually in Texas. Imagine what that number would be if every hunter used a bow. I believe there are three main points everyone should know. Bow hunting is more rewarding. You preserve more meat of the animal. It allows you to hunt in more places and hunt longer. I will now explain why hunting with a bow is more rewarding. I believe there are three main reasons bow hunting is more rewarding than rifle hunting. You get closer to the animal, which provides more excitement. According to Field and Stream, an ethical shot with a bow is no longer than 30 yards. The average shot with a gun is upwards of 100 yards. And believe it or not, more deer are wounded with a gun than a bow for that reason. Because you are closer, you have to worry about your scent more. According to Dr. David Samuel, deer can smell up to 10,000 times better than a human. That being said, it's hard to keep them from smelling you when you're only 30 yards away. There are a number of things you can do to prevent that. You can use scent blocker, which most everyone uses, and that will help in that department. The third reason, it is more challenging. Because you are closer to the animal, it's harder to conceal yourself. With a gun, you can sit in a box and never be seen. That is not hard at all. Anyone can do that. It's also more of a thrill. Taking all of that into considerations, word cannot explain the rush you get when a deer walks out just yards away from you. It takes more effort, so one false move could ruin the entire hunt. Now that you know how rewarding it is, I'll tell you how hunting with a bow will preserve more of the animal. There are two ways to preserve more of the animal when bow hunting. Gunshot wounds can blow holes, gaping wounds, and they tear more meat because of their impact. This happens especially if you gut shot an animal, and what that means is it's not shot in the vitals, and the vitals are hearts, lungs, liver. That's where you aim to shoot the animal. If you shoot it further back in the gut, it can damage almost all of the meat and make it where you can't even eat it. If you shoot it with a bow, it causes less trauma on the meat. Even if you shoot it in the gut, it's only going to make one small hole and it won't have as big of an impact, so all the meat won't be damaged. Shooting with a bow, you'll shoot an arrow like this, and there will be a broadhead on the end of it with 3 little spikes. In Texas, you have to shoot 3 spikes, and this arrow will travel up to 350 feet per second. When it hits the deer, it will most likely go completely through the deer, causing less of a hole than what the bullet would be. Because you make less of an incision on the skin, this means that if you choose to have the deer mounted or preserve the hide will not have a big gaping hole in the side of it. It will look more just like the day that you shot it. Lastly, I'll explain how hunting with a bow will allow you to hunt in more places and hunt longer with more seasons than with a gun. A couple of ways bow hunting in more places and longer seasons are: bow season is longer than rifle season. You can hunt with a bow before the season and all through rifle season. For example, bow season begins in October and rifle season begins in November. They both end in January, so you get a whole extra month of hunting with a bow. If you live in Grayson County, as I do, you can only use a bow in this county. So there's several counties in the state of Texas that you can only hunt with a bow, so it allows you to hunt different places. More places, not only in Texas, however, the seasons are longer in almost every state. And when you get outside of Texas, the seasons are in different parts of the year, so you can hunt bow season as soon as our rifle season is over. This allows you to hunt in many other states in Texas. For example, when our hunting season ends, Kentucky's just begins. Its bow season just begins. So if you wanted to go hunt somewhere else with your bow as soon as this season is over, you could. Today I hope I've shed some knowledge on why you should pick up a bow and leave the guns on the shelf. Today I discussed 3 main points everyone should know about why bow hunting is better. It's more rewarding, you preserve more of the animal, it allows you to hunt in more places and hunt longer. So my call to action for you. Today I challenge you to pick up a bow. Give the deer a chance. If you can outsmart them with a bow, I promise you, you will not be disappointed, and the reward is much greater. My final thought, according to Mike Brust, president of the Wisconsin Bowhunters Association. It is certainly more challenging and physically and mentally demanding. It takes a lot more time, both in preparation and execution. All reasons that draw some folks to it and others away. Thank you.